my heart has always been for the brokenhearted. And I also have a heart for the marginalized. And so those two really have come together. So over the years of doing ministry and missions, I've worked with a lot of marginalized individuals in prostitution, human trafficking, refugees, and there's so much trauma in that. So that kind of came from my work that I was doing on the mission field. But it's expanded because who doesn't have trauma or crisis or brokenness in their lives? And so my heart, and I also have a heart for women. And so putting these things together, I just was thinking, Lord, we just really need to have something for churches. And so this is when the idea of applied care for trauma came about. How can we help churches, pastors, individuals in ministry, or whoever, help those who are hurting? And so that is the idea behind applied care for trauma, that we can equip those to do it well. To be good counselors, you don't have to have those degrees. You don't have to have all these special training, but you should know, and how to do some of this stuff. You should know how to ask the right questions, how to listen well, how to apply biblical concepts to it, and just, really how to be quiet when you need to be quiet, and how to have empathy and compassion. Those things come natural to some people, but then some other people, they don't. And so I really hope with applied care for trauma, or ACT, ACT, that it's something that will be used as a training tool for churches. And so that's what I'm developing now. I have something that I've been using over the years. It actually came out of my work with individuals for prevention of human trafficking, looking at vulnerability in the heart and things like that. And it's grown into hurting individuals, looking at their past, what's happening in their present, things that they haven't taken care of. Very biblical, very applicable, very simple. And so there's a training on that, training on how to counsel, just counseling basics, training churches on how to respond to depression and suicide. And so I'm really hoping and praying that as people begin to see the resources, then we can plug these trainings into them and they can use them, because it can't just be one person. It has to be the people in the churches. And that's what I hope. I hope I can go and train these pastors and their leaders, and then they can really have these long-term effects with the people that are hurting in their churches. And then it pours out, and it just keeps overflowing from one person to the next person to the next person.